Hello and welcome to Naturally You. I'm Ashley Pappas, and today I'm going to be talking with you about the 40 to 40 challenge. I'm going to share exactly what it is, the purpose behind it, and why it's so personal to me. The 40 to 40 challenge is essentially, I turned 40 September 9th, and I've put on some weight over the past couple years that I don't want to carry into my 40s. And so I've made the commitment that I'm going to take it off between now and September 9th. I encourage you to join in if you have any weight that you want to lose, or if you just want to become more mindful of what you're putting into your body or how you're moving. I really am. This is way out of my comfort zone. I'm not going to lie. Over a decade ago, I lost over 100 pounds. I had put on the weight during a traumatic pregnancy when I was 20, and I didn't take it off for years. I think I don't even know how long I carried it, and I tried all of the wrong things. Like, I went into the wellness industry and the fitness industry morbidly obese. I knew what to do, but actually carrying it through was impossible. And it took a whole series of events and primarily learning how to respect myself, how to really commit to my goal, even behind closed doors, even when I was emotionally charged, learning different coping mechanisms and things like that. And eventually I took it off. It took about 18 months and I took off the 100 pounds. I surpassed my goal. I actually hit my goal around 1 year. And I had kept it off up until a couple years ago when I was trying to avoid having to have a hysterectomy. And so I was put on hormones and I started gaining 2 to 3 pounds a week. And eventually I just said, okay, no more. Let's just get this over with because it's not working anyways. And my body is like, my clothes don't fit. I'm starting to not really be super comfortable in my own skin. So let's do this. And after the hysterectomy, I don't know, I had this idea in my head that it was just going to magically come off. I was in denial that I was going to be going through menopause and there were going to be a lot of changes going on in my body. But I made the commitment that after the surgery, I was going to wait 1 year before I really started to try to take off any added weight. And that was April 15th of 2019. And last year, when I hit that 1 year mark, we were a month into COVID, and when COVID hit, I made a conscious decision to go all in because I work with meditation and stress relief and things that could be really useful to people who were struggling with the new situation we were facing with COVID. And so I was putting all of my effort into that. And I made the decision that I didn't want to take the time or effort to lose weight. I was okay with being mindful about what I eat. I was okay with staying active, but I didn't want to have to kind of adjust and toy with all of the different variables because I'm going to be honest, like going into this, I know that it's going to be a different ballgame. I know that it's going to be a completely different experience than it was over a decade ago. 8 years ago, if I would have put on like 10 or 20 pounds, it would have been fine. I would have been like, okay, like I'm just going to take a few weeks. I'm going to take it off. I know what to do. I know how my body works. I've done that work to figure that out. But with this, there are so many more variables. Like I'm post-menopause and my lifestyle has completely changed. I work completely from home. I have a autonomic nervous system disorder. And so the things that worked before, I am completely aware that they're probably not going to work to the same extent this time. But I know how to tweak those things. I know what the basic foundations are. And I know where my vulnerabilities are. Because if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that when it comes to, in the past, I have struggled a lot with emotional eating. I've struggled a lot with being in recovery, dealing with emotions, dealing with the present as it sits. And even though a lot of that's cleared up, I'm not going into this thinking that it's just going to be a cakewalk. No pun intended. So the 40 to 40 is me really committing, because I'm going to show you how I do it. And it's not going to be anything crazy, because I don't know about you, but that crazy stuff, it doesn't work for me. And I didn't realize it at the time, but most of the clients that I've worked with, it didn't work for them either. What I found is that the most effective way to take off weight and have it stay off is to make those subtle changes in life, to make the commitment and to watch certain areas and really stay accountable and consistent. But most of all, be forgiving, because like nothing is perfect. Like, I'm not a perfect person. I know that I'm not going to do this perfectly, but I'm going to show up each week and I'm going to let you know how it's going. I'm going to let you know what I'm doing. And I'm really excited about this journey. I'm a little terrified, but I'm excited because I really, really don't want to go into my 40s not being able to wear half of my wardrobe. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest, most of the time I am completely fine with the weight that I've put on pre and post menopause, but I can't stand that my clothes don't fit. I can't stand that I have an entire wardrobe. Like, I literally held on to my bigger clothes for years, and I had gotten rid of them 2 years before I started having the issues that led up to the surgery. And I completely refused to buy new clothes for a long time, and I just recently have, because it's not showing myself a whole lot of self-love if I'm only allowing myself to wear my hockey apparel. Not my hockey gear, my hockey apparel. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that I realized that, I've been wanting to go on camera a lot more often, and I realized that I just instinctually wanted to shrink away from it because I don't like how I look on camera. But in reality, I know that 2 years from now, I know that a year from now, I will look back at the video, all of the videos that I do, and I'll be like, what was I thinking? Because that's always how it works. That's always how it works. Like, when I didn't have a weight issue, like, it was something else. And when that wasn't an issue, there was something else. Like, there's always something if that's where our attention is directed. And so this is an area that has been really hard for me. And I want to practice what I preach. And I want to do it with you. So here's to the 40 and 40 challenge. If you choose to participate with me, go ahead and post anything that you want to post, any videos, any check-ins, any progress pics, and just tag hashtag 40 to 40 challenge. I'll be posting a video again soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.